Elon Musk, his lawyer, has just sent a letter to Twitter to say the deal is off to buy the company. The billionaire, obviously, you remember, made this offer back in April for $44 billion to try to buy Twitter, take it private. The company's board accepted the offer. 2 weeks later, Musk's team says they're not satisfied with the information he's been asking for about fake or spam accounts on the platform. That's the reason they're giving, according to this letter. It's not entirely clear whether Musk can unilaterally do this, whether he can actually back out. He's already said he would buy it, right? Twitter did not immediately respond to CNBC's request for comment. But again, this is just coming into us now. Let me bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalos. And I understand that NBC News has confirmed this too. Danny, we like to be real on this show, so let me just real talk a little bit. From the second that Elon Musk breathed a whisper that maybe he was going to buy Twitter, there was a lot of skepticism that this deal was actually going to go through and actually happen because of something like this, some wild card where Musk ultimately pulls out. Are you shocked?
Not particularly shocked. It was such a crazy deal to begin with. In a way, the way he's pulling out is kind of a very unsophisticated way. It's something that happens all the time in regular non-billion-dollar contracts, which is essentially he's saying he looked at the product after he bought it and said, hey, this wasn't the product that you sold me. It's something different. And that different thing is that there were more bots than were expected. Estimates were at 5%. Elon Musk has reportedly said as much as 20%. And Musk was essentially saying, hey, that's why I want out. The product isn't what I thought it was. Twitter is very likely going to sue Musk because their contract calls for a massive penalty, I believe $1 billion. And it contains, I believe, a specific performance clause, which in contract law means, hey, we can force you to go through with the deal. And Twitter will probably argue, hey, this whole bot thing is really it's just you're making this up to try and get out of the deal because you're having what's called buyer's remorse, which we all have, maybe for an expensive pair of shoes or a multi-billion-dollar social media company.
I had buyer's remorse. I was fortunate enough to buy a house. I had buyer's remorse. I was like, what did I do? I don't want this now, you know? I mean, it happens. Well, you talked about some of the legal maneuvering here, right? What is the recourse for Twitter? And can Musk actually do this without penalties? I guess getting to the nitty-gritty a little bit for us, for the layman here.
Twitter's best remedy is heading to the courts. Now, that's not without risk because Twitter doesn't want to put this nasty battle in public filing. So threatened litigation is what we'll see, probably file suit. But if they don't file suit right away, that threat of litigation might bring Musk to the table and Twitter may be able to negotiate a discounted price, which might be what Musk is looking for, although I doubt it. My sense is, and this is just my sense, that he has completely decided he wants out of the deal and isn't just trying to negotiate for a better price. The real question is, will Twitter let him walk away? Likely as not, they won't, because reportedly the contract with Musk has some pretty stiff penalties if he backs out and he still has the financing to go through.